For thousands of years, the galactic community had flourished under one unspoken commandment. Engraved into the databanks of every intelligent species, whispered in scared tones by diplomats and scientists alike. Don't wake the humans. No one remembered exactly how the rule came into being. There were only fragments, melted moons, star systems wiped from stellar charts, and a single, chilling audio clip recovered from a dying dreadnought centuries ago. They smiled when they burned us. The humans had come from a blue-green planet in a forgotten arm of the Orion Spur. They had expanded rapidly, too rapidly, colonizing, warring, inventing, and dominating. Then, without warning, they stopped. Every ship, every signal, every planet under their dominion had gone dark. They called it the Great Slumber. Some theorized it was a final weapon, a kind of galactic hibernation, waiting for the moment the universe got too bold. Others believed it was philosophical. Humans had simply grown bored of domination and chose to sleep, like gods tired of their own creation. But the rule remained, until someone broke it. The Tlax dominion had risen in humanity's absence, hungry to carve their legacy across the stars. Their emperor, young and arrogant, saw the stories of Earth's terror as superstition, a primitive species gone extinct. What harm could corpses do? He ordered an expedition to Earth, the cradle of monsters. A science vessel, Plurus Hope, entered the Sol system with a crew of 14, brimming with scanners and drones. Earth was quiet, cold, clouded. The crew descended into the ruins of New York, now a jungle of steel and silence. They found a vault, massive, pulsing with faint power. Despite protests from the xenoanthropologist on board, they opened it. The first human they woke was labeled Subject 001A. Ramirez. The AI core registered her vitals. Oxygen filled her lungs. She opened her eyes and smiled. 36 minutes later, Plurus Hope was no longer responding. 6 hours later, long-range scanners picked up hundreds of signals across Sol. Ships powering up, old satellites reactivating, orbital defenses recalibrating. Earth was waking up. Within 2 days, the humans had re-established contact with dormant outposts in Andromeda, Sagittarius, and the Laniakea perimeter. Their old war fleets, sleeping under polar ice caps and hidden in black dwarf orbits, began stirring like predators sniffing prey. The Council of Galactic Harmony convened an emergency session. Representatives of 97 civilizations screamed over one another. Images flooded his mind. Their world consumed by a gravity well. A matriarchal fleet shattered. The sisters piloting survivors toward Sol, guided only by fables of the compassionate ones who seed life, not ruin. Earth humanity was that myth. The broadcast ended. The crystal cooled. The smaller sister bowed and, in halting English filtered through telepathic nuance, spoke 3 words. Debt must honor. The next dawn, Martian command descended on the coordinates Raghav transmitted overnight. They expected a diplomatic incident. Instead, they found a miracle. Alien refugees kneeling before makeshift banners. Cloth strips from Raghav's ration packs, etched with his surname. When officials tried to detain him for breach of protocol, the sisters stepped between. Wings flared, glyphs flaring like molten script. In unison, their voices rang inside every mind present. He who fed shall not be chained. We pledge ourselves guardianship of his people. Cosmic silence followed. The youngest alien, barely reaching Raghav's waist, toddled forward and pressed the crystal node against the commander's chest. From it, data bloomed, advanced medical algorithms, gravitic shielding schematics, and star charts mapping wormhole corridors unknown to Terran science. Humanity had shared bread, the sisters offered the stars. 6 months later, at the inauguration of the Joint Haven outpost orbiting Europa, Raghav stood beside the 2 alien siblings now called Leah and Sarah by their own choosing. Media hailed him a hero. He shrugged off the medals. But when Leah asked permission to weave his name into their clan song, his voice cracked with quiet pride. A reporter asked what lesson he hoped future generations would take from the feeding. Raghav glanced at the swirling nebula projected on the embassy dome and replied, "Protocols keep us safe. Compassion makes us significant. We aren't just survivors of the cosmos, we're authors of it, one shared meal at a time."